G'day and welcome to Game 1 between IG and VG in this lower bracket semi-final. The winner of this series is guaranteed at least the last chance qualifier at TI. And of course, they will get their shot to maybe directly qualify, get through to the finals. The loser goes home empty-handed. Absolutely nothing. So first, bans and picks coming out. We have the Undying and the Death Prophet for Invictus Gaming. The Undying I've been seeing run as more of a core in China, so that's certainly scary as a core. Death Prophet, I think we'll just get first phase banned a whole heap now. Just seems to be a little too strong, even from a support position. You can pick the Death Prophet as a support, and it still does pretty much everything you want it to do. VG, get rid of the Enigma and the Doom, so strong control heroes. Doom is becoming more and more first phased. The Blinks Centaur Stomp with the follow-up Infernal Blade just can pretty much get rid of supports off the bat with the Scorched Earth as well. So you don't even need to commit Doom with Doom a lot these days to get damage. First picks, Marcy and Viper for VG Gaming, Dawnbreaker and Lich for IG. The Dawnbreaker can be run in a support position. Just try and look for those heals, try and scrounge levels around the map, sort of in the dead lane. But with the Lich, it sort of shows that Lich is more that 5 position, so probably not a 5 Dawnbreaker. So more likely to be the 3. It has been run in the mid lane, more in Europe, so we'll have to see where that comes up. Marcy and Viper. Viper immediately picked does sort of dissuade you from picking any heroes with strong passives. You know, you're not going to really pick a Bristleback or a Timber into a Viper or a Spectre. Yeah, and by picking this early Viper, it does open up your ban list, because you can leave open some of those heroes that otherwise you would have to ban out, but you're quite happy for IG to pick now that you already have a Viper on the field. And we see a Viper and a Marcy. I mean, this is a pretty dirty offlane. 4 Marcy, 3 Viper, and pretty much anyone in that lane, if they show at all, they get rebounded, tossed back, and then Viper just kills them with the poison attacks. It's a lot of damage to try and sustain through. The only way you could probably deal with that lane is just get aggressive on the Viper. Second phase bans, Pangolier and Bat for IG so far. Lena taken out, as well as Terrorblade. Now the Lena ban, it could just be a value ban. You don't want them picking the Lena against the mid that you want, because Lena does do so well in the mid lane. But the other potential is there that it could be just a mid Viper, and Lena is good against a mid Viper. Lena's one of those heroes that even Viper will struggle to out harass. Terrorblade banned. So they're removing carries early in the draft. Dante Garland, who's the underdog? For me personally, I think VG Gaming is probably the underdog. I think IG have come in with a little bit better form. Monkey King banned out. Completely ignoring what I said about having to ban heroes that have strong passives.
Remaining.
I think at the moment, IG are reading this as... they're not sure, because Pango and Bat can both be run in the mid or off lane. So I think they're just banning heroes that could be run either way, because they're not sure if this Viper is mid or off lane. Will be the Chen. Chen actually made it through to the last ban of the second phase, so... no Chen immediately picked up, but it is still a little too strong to allow through. Most likely would be grabbed, because just grab yourself a Chen and win games. Tusk. This is telling me that the Dawnbreaker is core. No support Dawnbreaker here. Tusk, probably the 4 position, and Lich in the 5. Dawn and Tusk is a very strong lane as well. I think once you hit 2 in that lane,
10 seconds remaining.
The carry or the support dies, whoever shows first.
5 seconds remaining.
You have a Shards plus a tag team. The Dawnbreaker coming in with the slow, keep him inside the Shards a little longer and follow up with the stun. There's no way you're getting out of that. That's an aggressive off lane.
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Faceless Void.
Oh, and the Faceless Void makes it through. Has been banned out in many of the games in these Chinese qualifiers. And if I'm looking at the setup at the moment, Viper is good damage for a Chrono. Just get the Nether Toxin down, can break any heroes. Plus the Viper Strike on top. It's good damage to tick them down in the Chrono. But now they've got 2 picks in a row here to do what they want. You know, Invoker is available. Invoker is available. There's a Snapfire still in the draft, which you could fit in. You could have a 5 snap for Marcy.
Invictus Gaming's turn to
Actually be the Omni Knight. Okay, so they might be relying on their last pick to pump a little bit of damage into the Chrono, unless it's just a offlane Void.
VG Gaming's turn to
Mid Viper, offlane Void, and you just want to get value out of that stun duration. But that's very greedy. Very, very greedy. I think the better call is still to have the face lane Void, safe lane Void, have a Viper offlane with Marcy, protect the Void with the Omni in the safe lane, and then pick your mid
10
last.
seconds remaining.
IG grab the
5 seconds
Morphling.
remaining.
We'll struggle against a Viper Marcy in lane. We'll have the waveform to get away, but still take a lot of damage. Might survive in the lane, but probably not particularly farm very well. Morphling doesn't have the longest attack range for a ranged hero. And not like a Clinks or a Drow that could probably click from a little further back. Vici Gaming actually banned the Invoker themselves. I mean, I would have been tempted to wait on that ban just one more to see if IG actually ban it themselves. I mean, both teams are looking for a mid laner last. So there's not going to be many mid laners left in the pool when we're done here. Bat, Pango, Death Prophet, Puck, all gone. Lina, Invoker, presumably 2 more coming up. I mean, SF is still there. SF is available.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Timber is available. We could just see like a Primal Beast or a Mars mid as well. Actually, Mars. Mars for Vici Gaming would be pretty good in the mid lane. IG would probably like to grab it up as well. Good combo with the Dawnbreaker. You throw down the arena, get the spear, and then just Dawnbreaker ult on top to get the follow-up stun, and then you can just chain stun someone globally.
Invictus Gaming's turn
Storm
to
taken
battle.
out. I think we might see some tanky mid laners here. Both teams are banning the obvious ones here. Puck, Storm, Invoker, Wop. Wop is still available as well.
10 seconds remaining.
I think Vici Gaming desperately want some more front line
5 seconds remaining.
for a Viper and an Omni Knight, because neither of those two want to be in the front. Neither does the Faceless Void. It's just the Marcy jumping in. I think Vici wants some more front, and IG similarly. I mean, you got Tusk, Dawnbreaker comes in globally, Lich wants to hang back. I think IG are more likely to take maybe a Queen of Pain. They might feel like they have enough front line between the Dawnbreaker and the Tusk. This is going to be an FY Tusk God coming on out in this game 1. And minute 20 of reserve time, so really taking the time thinking about this ban. Vici Gaming have the flexibility of chucking the Viper mid, if that's what they really want. Guap is banned. Okay, so
Invictus Gaming's
SF? No, it is the Primal Beast. It is the Primal Beast. I thought Vici Gaming needs some more front line, and they do take the Primal Beast. Whether they want to put it off lane or mid lane, but it is the pick. And Mars. Mars is the other one. I think you get Mars for
10
IG.
seconds remaining.
It's maybe fallen a little bit out of favor recently, but I think it's still very strong AoE control. Good amount of damage. There's not that many mid lane picks left available, apart from the SF. And I don't think it's really an SF game. When you have a Morphling, I don't think you want to pick SF with that as well. That tends to get a little bit greedy in terms of the control you're offering to the fights. A nice setup for the rest of the team. You want to set up for the Lich ulti. You want to set up for the Solar Guardian. You want someone to roam around with the Tusk. Because Lich certainly can't keep up with the Tusk once he gets a Blink Dagger. Going all the way into the think tank with this final pick. I think Mars. Mars is the one. Leshrac.
Now select your heroes.
Okay. IG go for a mid Leshrac. Emo will be picking that up. Fly with the Morphling, FY on the Tusk, Tusk God, Ollie, Lich, position 5, and JT with the 3 Dawnbreaker. Ditchy Gaming. XM will have the mid Primal Beast. It will be a BAB Viper offlane. Erica will have the 1 Void. Frisk with the 4 Marcy and 5 Yang on the Omni Knight. Okay, so Leshrac, I wonder will it be a Diabolic Edict build, wanting to push a little bit faster, or more looking for the Lightning Storm build to push lanes and farm creeps a little quicker. I mean, pushing some early towers and getting some map control for Fly to farm around is going to be pretty beneficial. Morphling has been okay as a carry in this tournament. Has had wins and losses. I wouldn't say it's a terribly dominant hero, but definitely has had its time in the sun. Had more time in the sun this game with a Solar Guardian coming down on top of it.
What's the Elvish word for friend?
Dante Garland coming in with their first gift sub over to Grasscrawler. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What an absolute legend. Let's quickly get ourselves sorted here. Okay, I gotta get my battle points. Sure. 1. Leshrac, first tower. Okay, so both teams are smoking out towards the mid lane. Smokes will pop. Vision already dumped down. Have a sentry? They do. Might think about it. In fact, the two wards for IG are both sort of in this mid lane. One on the high ground, one just sitting in front of the tower. So, is there a sentry that could possibly even get both of those? You plopped it right in the middle here. You might just on the edges get both. That would be disastrous if it did come out. For VG, they do plant their obs down in the bottom lane. And their secondary one over here. It is pinged out though. So this one may get dewarded by IG. It's Vodska, I'll see you around. Have a wonderful day at work, man. Absolute sub-hype, Toskek. JT trying to snack over to grab this rune. It looks like he will just grab that one away. And actually, there's a level 1 engagement. In goes Ollie. He gets it disposed in. There's the poison attacks going up. And the Lich will be the first to go down. Viper, BAB, looking to possibly go as well. FY will get on top of him, but not before he gets a couple of poison stacks. Meanwhile, in the top lane, JT is still running. Looks like he will be just fine. Make yourself to this mid or top lane rather. So in the mid lane, Emo playing Leshrac for IG up against XM playing the mid Primal Beast for VG. Down the bottom lane, Fly will be playing the Morphling supported by FY currently on the tusk. Actually, I think it's Ollie on the Lich. They're looking for another kill down here bottom. FY is just waiting. He has the tag team. But Frisk, with the Dispose level 1, they know they can get him. Chucking back in. Ollie's actually baiting a little bit. They're going over onto BAB with the damage. Fairy Fire coming out. Fly will come over with a couple of hits. Will look like they get the trade. So Viper going down this bottom lane. Trade it for the Lich, but Fly will be happy to get that early farm. Early kills. FY, I wonder if he's going to TP to the top lane, where JT is struggling a little bit against this Hammer of Purity from Yang. And of course, for safe lane for Vici Gaming is Erica on this Faceless Void. At the moment, FY is just still chilling down here. I guess giving some solo XP underneath the tower to JT at top. Now he's got level 2. Very dangerous now, level 2. It's that Starbreaker plus the Celestial Hammer. And they might actually look for another kill. FY is just hanging out here bottom. Are they going to wait for Viper to come back? He hasn't got a TP. Well, he has now. Had to do the Walk of Shame to come back in. This ward will scout out Ollie coming over. They won't have seen FY in the bottom lane just yet. Got level 2. Not skilling it up, but Rebound is valuable. So Frisk is a hard kill. And Frisk is just sort of baiting the movement here from... And they're waiting. FY is being patient. Saying, Viper, if you don't want to come up, you're level 1. You're absolutely getting nothing here. They're just waiting. Just waiting for this Viper to show. They know he's here. The creeps will get pulled back. And... It's sort of like, yeah, the pings come out. Actually, the TP is going to come down. So, Yang makes his way bottom to try and help out this Viper. If they want to make it a tri-lane, then Vici Gaming are going to turn around and oblige. Yang is level 2. Hasn't skilled yet. Probably want to keep the Purification for a little bit of turnaround damage. FY just still waiting in the trees. So patiently on this bottom lane. Middle lane, Leshrac 16 and 3. Primal Beast 14 and 1. So pretty even so far. Faceless Void 12 last. It's the Morphling 14. So it is fairly even across the map. The only discrepancy I'd say... Actually, no. Even both offlaners are struggling. 7 and 2 and 5 and 0. BAB just not even so scared to come up. They know that this offlane, this safe lane was going to be so strong, so they've committed FY to be over here. Bounty room will be grabbed by VG. Emo with the 2 levels in Diabolic Edict early, so going for that early pure damage with the Earth Splitter. Shards come out, catches Yang. Will be the tag team. Ollie's in the area. Fly. Try and make his way across, but Yang with that bonus movement speed from the rebound, it really is quite effective. Additional 25% movement speed at level 1. Just allowing his teammate to get away and get himself out as well. Mid lane, Yang is here to contest the runes. Actually, Emo is going to miss out on the top side. Pops the Diabolic Edict, pump faking the stun, will miss it. XM, you gotta be careful. This pure damage, it does a lot. Now he's gonna charge through. Yang's in the area. Emerald Purity is available. Won't throw it out at the moment. But Emo, actually, maybe he should have. It might have been enough damage to kill him off with that slow. And Emo is now out of regen. Didn't get the bottom rune. Didn't get the top rune. And probably gonna need a support to TP in and bottle fill if someone dies. Just keeps pump faking the stun, but not going to be enough. So he wants to push some early towers with the Diabolic Edict. Put that online. Fly, having a good time. Actually does get gone on. Just charged under the tower, and yeah, I guess on that low HP, he's losing out on both range creeps. Oh, that's devastating. The Emo in this mid lane. FY will come in and soak up a little bit of that XP, but 2 range creeps and a melee going down there underneath the tower, and FY is going to get this ranged as well. And Emo's just missed out on so much XP here now. He's level 5, but level 6 is going to be popped a little bit earlier. In the top lane, Frisk made that rotation. Eric can be able to get the kill. And expect the Celestial Hammer to be able to get him away safely, but not so. XM maybe hunted here by FY in the mid lane. Diabolic Edict has been popped. Pulverize is available. And IG just getting worked around the map a little bit at the moment. The only good side for them is this offlane Viper has not had a good start. Level 3, can't really come up to the lane. They've left the tri-lane here. In fact, Ollie's going to TP top, try and give JT some sort of a game at the moment. He's at double braces, but no boots yet. It's probably why he died on that rotation. Unable to run away fast enough. Look how slow he's movement. Okay, it's 310 movement speed. It's still faster than a lot of heroes level 1. Erica has level 6. So, not really being any fearful of a level 4 and a level 2 Lich up in this top lane. In fact, with the help of Frisk, they might even be able to get a kill. Frisk is heading towards the mid lane. This is where the kill potential is. XM pops the DD, has the Pulverize available, levels in. Frisk is looking for a rotation. He's waiting for Emo to show. They use the stun. In they go, but not quite enough range. Trying to catch out. XM will do it with the charge, just straight over the shards. Just the immediate counter. So XM with a just easy skill counter to these shards. He's never going to get trapped in. On the top lane, JT has managed to reach level 5. Has the money for the boots, but hasn't sent it out yet. Might want the Soul Ring first if he's going to head over to the jungle and start farming up a little bit faster. Boots won't help in the jungle, but the Soul Ring will indeed. BAB has found himself some treads, so he has caught up, and now the pressure's coming out of the Fly. 2 levels in waveform. Not going to use it just yet. Knows if he uses that waveform, he can't contest the lane at all. XM will farm on the way over and grab himself a Lancer Pursuit. I mean, that sounds pretty thematic for a Primal Beast. He does send it back. Not wanting to keep onto that one for the time being. Emo still trying to get this mid tower. Glyph will come out. It's a level 3 Diabolic Edict. Of course, this does affect the towers. JT just desperately trying to get some levels up here. Wants to get the level 6 so he can make a rotation. Bottom lane, the BAB has been saved by the Omni Knight, and the trade kill will go down on the Morphling, and it's going to be more. FY goes down as well with the Pulverize. I think that was an attempt on BAB, but it just went south with quick rotations from Yang on this Omni Knight, giving the level 2 Heavenly Grace, and XM just charging through. Viper was tanky enough with the level 2 Incrosive Skin just to survive a little bit longer. And that would have been when, you know, this top lane would have loved to have had the ultimate to have that online. JT's being hunted though. Frisk is invis. You can get pretty much a guaranteed stun here. You're going to go for it. They have enough damage. Trying to get Erica. As the Lancer Pursuit doing good damage. He just wants to wait a little longer. See if they can get more damage from Erica over onto him. Stun does come out. Frisk hiding out of sight in the fog of war. Mid lane, in comes the Solar Guardian over onto XM, and they do have the damage to follow up this time. And the mid tower with the Diabolic Edict for just running for another quarter should have enough to deal a fair bit of damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
TP coming back top from JT, so he's done his work with the Solar Guardian. Now wants to head back and continue farming. Fly, fairly safe now with the level 3 in strength attribute, as long as he can get it off. About to waveform back towards his tower and get some rotations. Level 4 in Diabolic Edict, so you need to get to level 25 to get the 25 Edict explosions. Becomes very, very strong at that point on Emo. Pure damage. And never underestimate the power of pure damage that pierces spell immunity. So even when BKBs come out, a Diabolic Edict will be dealing the damage. A couple of frames being dropped there. Hopefully not too many. Level 3 poison attack. Oh, gee. Mid lane. Track gets caught. It's just the gank potential in these two teams is pretty high. When you look at between Frisk and XM, they can just be anywhere really at any point on the map.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan does come out, catching over onto XM. But he's just farming up the jungle here. Will continue on his way. Mid-tier 1s are the point of contest at the moment. Middle lane. FY, go be careful. Pulverize is available with the trample.
Is under attack.
Risk is in the area. This is the kill squad. Chrono hasn't yet to be used as well with the level 4 time lock. Maelstrom soon to be available. And maybe this Faceless Void might even make a rotation and try and use this Chrono once he gets the Maelstrom.
Radiant's middle tower
So Viper's
is under
early
attack.
lane that was pretty poor to begin with has now turned around. I mean, he's still you know, 5th on the net worth chart, but certainly higher than the Dawnbreaker and almost at the same level as the Morphling and the Leshrac. So all that early pressure onto this Viper just didn't really come to any fruition. And IG are going to have to deal with a Viper that will have their core items. XM charging through onto Emo, does miss, popping the ultimates, but the Pulverizer's there. Solar Guardian comes through, heals with the save, and Marcy actually goes down. Erica turns around with the ulti of the Chrono. However, the Pulse Nova is still running. Sinister Gauge comes through, follow-up stun, but he dodges out with the Time Warp. Ice Blast is coming through, bouncing between BAB and Yang on the backline. FYC with the damage as well. BAB, that was a lot of bounces from the Lich. Oli with a wonderful Chain Frost. And it will just be the Leshrac that goes down for the side of IG. 3-for-1 trade, and they're now turned up here trying to take this tower. XM though, he's in onto the Leshrac save. Snowball from XM, trying to get through with the tag team damage. Fly's there as well. Time dilation comes out on him. Frisk, he's trying to do the damage. Waveforms through, a couple more clicks. Won't quite be enough, but the tower will fall. The Fly.
His middle tower has fallen.
Now, the Faceless Void is probably going to want a BKB reasonably early. However, it's not going to save him from the Diabolic Edict. The Chrono came out on the Void then, and the Diabolic Edict and the Pulse Nova were both running. Now, neither of those will stop running when he's chronoed, so it's not really a counter, but it's certainly something that you do get value out as the Leshrac. If you can get enough stat items to survive that Chronosphere,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
or at least survive a fair duration of that Chronosphere, you're going to be dealing the damage either way. Morbid Mask up on Fly just to help him sustain in the jungle, making sure that doesn't need to have any regen brought out to him. Should be able to farm any camps, give him the Ancients as well with that Morbid Mask. And later on, we'll probably use to grab himself a Satanic. BKB being worked on by XM. Wants to be able to go in with impunity. And against this lineup, apart from the Pulse Nova that's going to go through the BKB, there's not really
Radiant's bottom tower
any control. The only other control to speak of through a BKB is the Walrus Punch from Tusk. But
Radiant
you know,
structures are
it's not particularly long duration, so that's all they have for the BKB lockdown. Certainly, you know about a BKB TP in front of FY.
is under attack.
But in terms of locking them down in a fight, it's not like they have a Chronosphere. Dispose, takes him back. Frisk does get stunned up. XM here on the hunt. He has the Onslaught level 4, plus the Trample. Doesn't decide to commit. And that's the one you want to commit on if you do go in it. You want to go on this JT because he's the one with the Solar Guardian. Collapsing in the middle lane. Erica's there. Throws out the time dilation, but the Sinister Gauge picks him first. Emo does try and get saved. There's a Solar Guardian coming through. Once again, he's going to be saved out. Stun onto XM. There's plenty of damage coming through the Guardian Angel, but not enough to get it. Chrono comes out the punch on the edge. Erica will salve himself forward, and on top of that, BAB will throw down the AoE damage. Fly, he needs to find his way out of here. In fact, no, he wants to keep fighting with FY in the middle, but it's a double rebound stun. Snowball save. Fly shifting into strength. Has the waveform. TP away up on the high ground, but the bash is there. And Erica finds him. FY, will he make it away? I doubt it. With Frisk in the area, Dispose available. Chucking him back. We'll just keep... not sure he's running in the right direction there, but maybe he was just trying to get a shard block off. So that fight going in the favor of Vici this time. 4 deaths on IG and only the Viper for Vici. Started really well with the Solar Guardian coming out to counter Frost Armor and the ultimate. They really had to bail. They learnt can't take this, can't allow this Chain Frost to bounce. It's a lot of damage. 250 magical damage per bounce. Can go up to 10 bounces. And adds incrementally 15 more damage per bounce. It's a lot. Can't ignore it. The kill squad is moving top. XM spots out the target. They may just charge straight through. The TP's coming, and there's no way he's getting out of this one. With the trample damage, JT in this top jungle area will be resigned. I think did they waste the pulverize? Sorry. Yeah, XM throws it out. Says sorry. I was going to say, I don't think there was any way that JT actually cancelled that pulverize. There was no way he was living there. But, yeah, just must have misclicked. Misclicked that stop key on XM, and the Dawnbreaker will live to die another day. Setting up on bottom, they have a lot of damage. Level 4, Split Earth. Large radius on that now. Of course, the stun duration on Split Earth does not scale. It's 2 seconds at all levels. It's just the damage and the radius that increases as you level it up. Very important element of the Split Earth being the radius increase. Now, yeah, are we going to see a shard? Split Earth shard on the Leshrac. I think it's going to be really important in this game. If you can get a shard down in the middle of a team fight, it might just interrupt a chrono. Yeah, that's the sort of thing. Just shard, the Split Earth recurring on the ground. Might just stun a Void as he jumps in. Could be very, very valuable. Of course, he'll want some other core items first. But certainly getting that shard should be in the books. XM and Frisk heading top. Spells are available. They don't really have any global potential to play with, though. The Void and the Omni Knight can't really get there to help them. So if they want to make a go of this here, they are going in alone. How long do we have to see a core Omni Knight with maxed Hammer of Purity? 50 base damage. It's just not that good, is it? Level 20, you get -6 Hammer of Purity cooldown. It's just too late. You need it at 15. JT will be scouted out. Heavenly Grace comes out onto Yang. Stunts coming through. In the mid lane, Emo will continue to farm. He's level 12 now. Level 2 Pulse Nova will clear the waves pretty much easily. The other thing to consider here is the Nihilism. Causes Leshrac and all nearby enemies to turn ethereal. Could be pretty good, stopping the physical damage coming through. Yes, it basically puts a ghost stick onto everyone around you. So with the Viper and the Faceless Void who want to right click, Marcy as well who wants to right click, if you turn them ethereal and they can't click, it's going to be pretty valuable. So maybe late game we see a Nihilism as well. Working towards the Bloodstone, lots of value on the Leshrac. If you can get that Bloodstone off before the Chrono comes down, may even be able to live through it and turn around with the damage. Emo has an Arcane Rune bottled up currently, so looking to... we'll pop it. I have a ward down here. Will they catch with the stun? Whips through, but no, it's just to farm the creeps and we'll move away. Yang wasn't a smoke breaker, but basically stopped that rotation from coming through. Yang looking to get a Glimmer Cape this game. The Guardian Angel is pretty decent against the Morphling. He's not going for a shotgun build, but is terrible against the Leshrac. So Guardian Angel, a little bit of value, but not too much this game. Bottom lane, I think they know that FY's around. Maybe not. He's just hiding out in this bottom lane. Frisk and XM will immediately smoke. Geez, they smoked a little lower. It would have just straight up popped. And the two burly heroes will move mid lane. It's JT who's here. Not yet with the BKB. Double Bracer might not save you from the amount of damage that's coming out. Jump through, does miss. Clear the shard though, will slow him down. But there's the Pulverize following through on top with the Viper Strike. I don't think he can escape, no. Too much damage. BKB ready as well on XM. Top lane. Side of IG are trying to run. TP's there. Don't think they'll get him in time. Secondary TP from Ollie. And they do make their way out. Flyfly will just hang around in this top area for a little bit. I don't think they think he's here, but into the Roach Pit they go. They don't even care. So with the Manta finish, Maelstrom, as well as the Orb of Corrosion, they'll just take the Roche. Viper under the effect of the Nether Toxin. Actually, clean up in Roshan's pit after you're done, Vici. That's a bit gross to leave all that nether toxin on the ground. And they ping out Flyfly. They see the illusions again top. They know he's here. Erica has a chrono. Waveform goes. Here comes the time dilation. Wants to get the damage. There is a Solar Guardian. Turns into the Faceless Void. And there's the chrono. Solar Guardian will come out. Trying to keep him alive. Stun comes through onto the Faceless Void. Follow up as well. But there's the Pulverize. Onto the Dawnbreaker. Is tanky, but maybe not enough. But there's a big Ice Blast coming through. Physical damage being negated from the Guardian Angel. And at the moment, nobody's dead. Everyone just lived. Aegis wasn't even used. T1 tower. Looks like it will be going down. Leshrac getting his courier out of there. Didn't have anything on it, but made a break for the tree line and did get there. Chrono is used though.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
BAB moving towards the BKB as well. Frisk TPing bottom. Wants to get the setup on Emo. Will pop the Bloodstone. Right. Faceless Void's on the way. Jumps in. Grabs him. Gets the stun from the rebound. Tossed back. Emo yields up into the air. Flyfly, the smoke rotation's coming. He can't live for long enough. Sinister Gaze, but no. IG, they have to get out. They realize that this was a mistake. No Solar Guardian. They have to try and run. Lich will go down on the back line as well. And the bashes on Flyfly just coming out. Strength stun. How many bashes could he get? FY? No, he's blinked in. Didn't quite get the snowball save, and now he's going to die as well. And that just turns into a 4 for nothing. Vici. They get a simple little kill onto Leshrac, and then IG just go in one by one, trying to help. Certainly wasn't helpful. They just fed away their lives. The Aghanim Scepter Starbreaker was up on JT in that last engagement, so it does have some form of BKB immunity and the free pathing at the moment, but moving into the BKB as well. So that in itself isn't enough. Does want to have the protection of that 100% spell immunity for a longer duration. In fact, Frisk is going to have a BKB almost as soon, if not sooner, on this 4 Marcy. And things start to get scary when that happens. Faceless Void, Erica not even sensing the need to get a BKB this early in the game. Just going for more stats. They're feeling strong. 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Aghanim Scepter is the call from Emo. So we will see the Nihilism. But high ground, we're not mucking around. Frost Shield out on the tower. We'll just slow down the damage. But now what? Heavenly Grace onto Erica. Glyph comes out a little bit before the creep wave, so it's not a particularly value glyph right now. And in goes Emo. They want to try and take a fight. Punch from FY rolls in onto the Masky Frisk, but now what? He's very much exposed. Frost Shield isn't going to negate that much damage. And back onto the high ground we go. Dawnbreaker is sitting on the other side of the map, has the ulti, ready to come in. Stun does catch, rebound misses, Sinister Gauge, pulls him in. Frisk does pop the BKB. Getting snowball save. Will go over onto Erica. Leaps in, holding onto Chrono, has the Aegis as well. Will die. Guardian Angel pop, but there's a Solar Guardian on top trying to save. Damage coming through, stun misses on Erica on the respawn. There's the Split Earth. Catches Erica actually from the recurring Split Earth on the ground. Flyfly still managed to get the damage. He is getting control up from XM, but JT's in the middle of the fight, trying to help him out. Ollie is in the area with the Frost Bath. BAB out of mana on the back line. JT, Celestial Hammer, trying to slow him down. The Rax stands strong. And IG hold the ground. No. Oh, XM cancels. Wants to come back in, but thinks better of it. So buyback from the Tusk and the Omni Knight during that fight. So even in terms of buybacks, and Chrono was used.
For the dead.
And we did see that shard, the Split Earth shard, just catching the Void in the Chrono, negating 2 seconds of Chrono damage. Really, really impactful. Because that kept the Morphling alive. They had to take a little bit longer to kill the Shrek, and then the Morphling was able to live at the end of the chrono duration.
Radiant
Emo still wanting to get towards that Aghanim Scepter. Will farm there reasonably quickly. One of the faster farming heroes. Bleakstone will say we did see active in that team fight. Save from the Marcy initiation. Which do need to have somewhere to roll to. Fly is getting larger. 3k gold behind the Faceless Void. But Skadi is actually complete. So he's bought out for Skadi. At the same time, BKB is found on JT. So strong timing now for IG, but the smoke, 4-man. No chrono available. They're jumping up, finds Ollie. There is no... Oh, he first hits Bash when he tries to TP out FY. Punches up into the air, but he will die as well. So the two supports for the side of VG will go down. They've scanned him out. They know someone's up here. Waveform off to the side. TP away. He will make it out. First hit Bash. He tried to glimmer TP there. Really, really close, Ollie, but you got the first hit Bash on him, and if it wasn't the first hit Bash, the glimmer would have kicked back in and he would have TP'd home to his warm bed, but unfortunately the Faceless Void had something else to say about it. Blink Dagger being worked on for JT, wants to be a little more mobile in the fights. XM has the completed Kyre and Sange, so more survivability with that status resistance, but amped up magic damage and spell damage as well. Erica now goes back for the BKB, recognizes that there's a few too many ways that she can get stunned up inside the chrono, and doesn't want that to occur anymore. Popping the BKB inside the chrono is one of the ways you can ensure that you get to use your damage. Bit of a weird smoke here from IG. They're 3-man, but decide that actually you should just keep farming. No need to push the envelope right now. We are a little bit behind in the gold and need to get a few more items online before we want to take the fight. Chrono is back up and available. All the ultimates are ready for both teams, and VG, they're looking for a brawl. Roche won't be up for at least another 30 seconds. Erica just leading the charge in. Blink in. Punch. Stun. Trying to follow up on top, but no! Frisk finds Leshrac off to the side. Solar Guardian doesn't quite get through. Fly in the middle of the fight with the Heavenly Grace himself. There's completely negated on the Chain Frost. BKB, so it does no damage at all. Fly stuns away. Will waveform back in the direction. FY jumps in. Chrono is off to the side onto Leshrac, but the damage is coming through over on Erica. It will be enough. Buyback from Leshrac. BKB from JT in the middle of the fight, trying to get the stun thrown to Erica, but won't actually get it. Fly, trying to get to the work with the Skadi. Stun comes out from Emo. Manta will be able to time walk off the damage. They want more though with the buyback from Emo. They're on the chase. Onto the high ground they go. They do catch out the Viper, but he's still holding on to a BKB actually. BAB with the BKB, trying to turn around, and in comes the charge from XM. Cleans up two. Fly, he's still going to work. Waveform in the middle of the fight. It's Fly versus Erica. The stun comes out with the Sinister Gate. Follow-up stun on the ground, but the Pulverize will eventually get this Morphling. He'll go down. Ollie will die after being glimmered himself and dusted up. Into the Roche Pit they go, and he's not there for a minute and 15. So, BKBs will start to wear down. He doesn't have his yet on the Void, but Viper's BKB down to 7 seconds now. Marcy's BKB down to 7. And Primal Beast down to 6. So, Lich got an excellent chain frost that fight, but just was on 2 BKB heroes, so it did completely nothing. But maybe, just maybe, as time progresses on, that Chain Frost might come into a bit more of an effect. Erica coming out on top of that fight. In terms of the cause, Morphling was fighting quite well all the way through, but just ran out of support in the end. 11k gold lead now over to Vici Gaming. Slowly but surely, they are gaining the golden XP ahead of IG, but that last fight, it was still close. Roche has spawned. No chrono for 15. Roche certainly won't be taken in that time, but they do smoke up. Ooh. You're always fearful when you're coming up a high ground as a 5-man smoke like this. If Void was just sitting here, boom shakalaka, that is an immediate 5-man chrono. FY leading the charge. Trying to get some sort of find here, but hiding off in the trees. Frisk is very safe. He's got a ward on the deck, so he'll see any movement come. BKB TP out, probably. FY, if he was in the area, could probably save it. TP will come anyway. I think the counter smoke will be here. So, Vici Gaming reading that there was a smoke on the map, but it's expired now, and now they're going to have a go themselves. Roche has spawned. It is available. Dart is there, and they're just going straight in. They've got big teamfight ultis around the pit. It's very good for them to fight in here. JT throws the hammer in, gets a little bit of vision. If Leshrac can get the stun down on the Roche pit, get this recurring split earth, Emo, maybe they can take a fight around it, but they move out of the pit. Erica into the mid lane, supported by his team all behind. And back into the Roche pit they go. There is a DD, actually at bottom river, but they're not going to go have a look for it. Roshan, he scouted out, touch shards in. They've committed the unleash. XM charging up. Goes across. But the Aegis actually stolen by FY. It's snatched. He blinks in with the punch. Oga still towed him away. It's a 3 hero chrono actually, but it's just caught in the backline. Does get the ultimate off, but the chrono didn't do any damage. Flyfly is onto this Viper. XM did try and control up the Morphling for the time being. Grabs himself the sidekick Morphling. He's doing the damage. There's the buyback. Ultimate coming in. Solar Guardian healing up the Morph, and they're on the chase now. IG, they want to get more. 2 are down. They've committed 2 buybacks for this. Erica, they want to find the catch. They see him. Time jump comes away. Time jump. Time walk comes away. With the shard, increasing that leap by 300. They do make their way out of there. Flyfly being handed off the bottle just to go grab the DD room. And with that, they should take a tower. So FY blinking in, snatching the Aegis. How does this man do it? He even lived afterwards long enough. He ended up buying back. No buybacks from the side of Vici. Aegis was expended. Wonder, was there a shard picked up as well? I Spy has been active for quite a while. So is this one. Yeah, so I think they did get the shard on the side of Vici. I imagine it was the Void who picked it up and has that shard upgrade. I don't think he bought it himself. There's a shard also on Viper, so potentially either one of those did get the shard, but it wasn't from the side of IG. They snatched the Aegis, and that was it. Closing in the level 3 Solar Guardian. Extra 15-second cooldown is pretty important, pretty impactful. Making sure that it is available in all the fights. Like right now it would be available. If there's a gank that comes out onto Emo, wouldn't be ready at the moment. So extra 15-second, less cooldown does make a pretty big difference. 20 on Leshrac, so 40 Pulse Nova damage. The ultimate's going to be dealing a lot now. BKBs have run down. And both teams just feeling each other out a little bit at the moment. BG up on this high ground. BAB has the Maelstrom working into the Glipnir. Wants a little bit more control. Yang, Ether Lens, plus the Psychic Headband. So long range Purifications and Heavenly Graces at the moment. Frisk, no Basher just yet, but he is working on it. JT, close to a Basher as well, not too far away. Flyfly, not yet level 20. Well, he wants that waveform attacks targets. That would have been very helpful in a lot of these fights, particularly now that he has the crit stick. And it's just a casual crit stick at the moment. I think he wants to move in Satanic, have a bit more survivability. That one, just the one Crystallis is enough to threaten heroes through BKB. Level 20 on XM, taking the 25% trample attack multiplier. So took the onslaught damage, more damage from trample. And took the activates, dispels himself upon uproar. Pretty survivable as well. Uproar actually becomes a useful spell then.
Radiant's top tower is under
If you have no stacks, that is. So letting the tier 2 fall, it looks like. IG just not wanting to fight this one at the moment. JT actually going to get the Aghanim Scepter. I love it. I absolutely love it. Actually, there's a fight breaking out in the middle. Emo catches the stun, but out comes the Heavenly Grace. Erica is getting on to Leshrac. Spells are on the deck. You can't really fight into this little circle at the moment. Actually, we'll get stunned up on Omni Knight. They're jumping across. They're looking for the fight. Onslaught charge coming through. XM, he's got an Arcane Rune. The cooldowns are pretty low at the moment. The gem, no one's going to be escaping him. Uses the gem and chucks the sentry up there as well. A little bit of miscommunication there from VG. So will they just trade a tier 2 tower here? I mean, certainly looks like it. They've already lost one tier 2. They're just trying to delay at the moment for as long as possible, IG. They need this ultimate on the Aghanim Scepter. They do have it. So Solar Guardian, Aghanim's upgrade. As long as JT doesn't get caught, we will be able to get it off, and no one will die in the chrono. Heal per pulse, 120. If someone gets chrono, this is coming out, and it is lasting a long, long time. Of course, it isn't support Dawnbreaker, so there's no solar, very amped up healing from the item that I'm momentarily forgetting the name of right now. Holy Locket. No additional healing amp from the Holy Locket. Hasn't got that in the core position, but should still be very effective. 5-man smoke from IG. They want to try and get the chrono used. In goes FY. Punches up BAB, but will get disposed back. Snowball to try and save himself. In comes Erica. There's the kill. It's coming down on top. No one is dying at the moment. The Void, he can't deal enough damage to Fly. In comes JT with the stuns. They're trying to get on top of BAB, but there comes a Guardian Angel. Keeping him alive from the physical damage. Up on the high ground, Frisk is on a JT. The damage is being done. The Morphling is dead. And Erica is just left untouched. He's too strong in these fights. They baited the chrono. They got exactly what they wanted. The Solar Guardian came out and healed. They stayed alive, but then after the chrono, what then? What then?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now they're forced to try and defend without a Morphling. I think this Rax is going down. The Ice Shield will delay a little bit, but not enough. Charge coming through the trees, wanting to make sure there's no one hiding in there. Shiva's Guard to pop, give the vision. Once again, trying to delay this push, but it's hard. That was the perfect fight that they wanted, assuming there was a chrono available. And it's just going to be a butterfly next. Morphling has a Satanic. Couldn't do enough. Ollie wants to try and heal again. Throws out the ice armor. And they will get their way out. Morphling has the Satanic and the Chrysalis. Probably needs a Daedalus so he can actually fight back and do enough damage. But it might be just need the MKB if this butterfly comes out reasonably soon. FY looking towards getting a Lotus Orb. Pretty close actually to grabbing that. Probably a couple more creep camps and you'll have the gold. Leshrac finish the Kyron Sange. Has a Hooded Defiance on top, so looking to really try and survive as long as he can in these fights. If Leshrac lives, then the damage coming out from him will be enough. Got a Stormcrafter as well. Actually, it's just a butterfly being queued up by Fly, so he's a long way from that one, but that's the item he deems he needs. And already, by the time he gets that butterfly, the MKB will be ready, so maybe he might see Erica grab the a component to the MKB first and decide not to commit into that butterfly. Because if he finishes up a butterfly just as Erica gets an MKB, there's going to be absolutely zero value to that at all. Almost level 25. Backtrack can almost make this Faceless Void unkillable. Penta-Edge Sword on top. He's got the butterfly finished up. Erica is huge. Frisk with the Basher himself can pretty much start soloing cores with the Unleash. Basher and BKB pop the Unleash and you can really get on the Morphling and deal the damage. Waveform attacks target online. 120 snowball damage ready as well. Emo did have the Ags queued up earlier but has decided against it now. JT just hiding out on the side of the map. Doesn't want to be seen. Wants to make sure he gets his Solar Guardian off to protect his team. He is the Chrono counter. There won't be enough damage coming in unless there's a Viper outside probably hitting fully as well with all his spells plus the Nether Toxin. It's going to be very hard to bring someone down inside this Chrono, particularly the Morphling. Smoke, 5-man from VG. They're on the hunt. This is with the fresh Butterfly. Roche is up. I think they want it. FY stole the glory last time, but this time I don't think so. They're going in. Are they where it's happening? Yeah, there might be some spells that are unleashed. Just seeing that off to the side. They're pinging it out. It's going to be a little too late. Charge coming through. There are the shards. They're going to see it's very low. Erica jumping back in. FY not in the area this time and will be just forced to give it up. So Aegis plus Aghanim's Blessing on Erica. Cheese he's holding on to as well. He wants all of it. He wants all the cookies. He's decided that they can't kill me once. If they kill me once, they definitely can't kill me twice. And if they kill me twice, I've still got a cheese. They definitely won't kill me the third time. This is Erica's logic. And you know what? I think it's pretty sound. I think it's pretty sound logic. BAB, life near completed. Actually hands off the cheese to him. I think 2 lives is enough for Erica. Nullifier being queued up by Frisk. This is a wealthy Pos 4. Jumps in onto the Tusk. With Tusk onto the Viper on the backline. Erica's caught. Foolish track. Bloodstone is off. He's trying to be saved. Is at the moment. Chrono still hasn't been used. We'll just get back out. There's the Chrono over onto the Morphling. Out comes the Solar Guardian. I don't know if it's enough. They're trying to keep him alive. It's not. Morphling has to buy back into the fight. JT gets a 3-man stun. There's the Ice Blast coming out. It's doing a lot of bounces. Erica's caught in the middle of it. Morphling back in there with the buyback, trying to deal damage, but he's broken up. He's trying to smoke month. Triangle through. There's a rampage. There's a double rampage for Erica. And it's GG called. They just can't kill him. Triple rampage. Make it a quad. Make it a quad rampage. Oh no, the game finishes too early. So game 1 goes to Vici Gaming.